Long time no see. I'm still Blackbird, and still thank you for being here. I haven't done a lot of videos lately just because my brain does that thing where, yeah, like that. I actually had a different video that I was going to do a voiceover for quite a while ago, where I was going to also explain I don't actually like being on camera. And that's really not a great thing when I'm trying to do YouTube videos. And the cognitive dissonance there, I know a lot of people would just say, well, then why do you want to do YouTube videos? It's because there's so many things that I find online, video and otherwise, that it's almost perfect for what I'm looking for. And one good example is I'm very, very much into like homesteading, survival kind of things, traditional skills, if you've seen any of my yarn spinning, that kind of thing. But it feels like just like inches off what I'm actually looking for. And no hard feelings to the person that I've been watching recently, but it's things like someone will have a big gigantic farm and they'll try to help out other people, which is great, but they'll say things like, oh, you can do this in your yard. And I just kind of look around and go, so you're not talking to me. Like, you're saying other great stuff, but there's lots of smatterings of things that kind of just break the immersion, and I'm a very sensitive individual. No. Well, I am though. Where it had me thinking more and more about, well, I'm also a big proponent of, if there's something that you want to see, if there's something that you wish existed in the world, then if you can, then you should actually go out and make it to the best of your ability. And we lose a lot of talent in the fact that not everybody can do that. They have the ideas, but there's something in the way, whether it's external or internal, where they just can't go as far with it, or they can't even start. And even though my life is very strange lately and very unorthodox, very weirdly scheduled, I have been trying to rein myself back in and appreciate what's actually going on, that I can control the good things that are going on, and get more clarity on what I can control for myself. And that's been one of those things, is I am 100% self-employed in various means and methods. And if you're not familiar with what that means I am my shipping, my production, my marketing, my absolutely everything. And so I've had to think about different venues that I maybe have tried in the past but haven't committed to it, or things that I haven't really taken seriously before. And another reason that I have been edging over to not doing so many videos is because I know the joke that a lot of people throw around is like, oh, I'm so ADHD, but oh gosh. And I forgot what I was talking about. Basically, I have decided to be more active. And this doesn't necessarily mean that I will be regular in any form or fashion, but I would rather put as much as I can out there responsibly, so I have something to work with, and so people are aware of what I'm actually doing, rather than just sit there and complain that nothing's happening because I am not making anything happen. And I know it's not all on me. People need to be interested in what I'm actually doing, and I'm very aware that this is a very static backdrop, and but hopefully I will mix that up quite a bit in the future, because my brain bounces off the walls like a silly putty ball, and I'm getting more of a handle on that lately, if you couldn't tell. Also, I wanted to do this video when my hair was actually nice because I get super focused on other things and then wonder why I feel gross. What else was I going to talk about? I said that I am 100% self-employed. This is other private stuff that I'm not going to talk about, but the main part of it is the shop Whiskey Terra Foxtrot, which is my attempt at doing something constructive with my frustration that when you look up witch shops and things on Etsy and other places, it's plastic and really shady sourced things and a million different like wholesale things from China that they're selling for 300% just because they can, and it has a pentacle on it. And the shop is not just for like witches and pagans and things, but it's things that I've always wanted to see made in a responsible way. But the happy medium between accessibility and knowing that this person who's running the shop didn't just reach out for the absolutely cheapest sweatshop labor overseas just because that's the way they could get 100 of something. If you haven't heard me talk about the shop before and you haven't seen my other social medias where I post quite a lot of products and things, this is one of the products that you can get there. And this is a drop-shipped item where I have someone else print these, so I don't make a lot of money off of these, but it's the point of these existing is not necessarily for me to make loads and loads of money. It's for them to be made so people can actually wear them. And yes, so you can tell people about my shop, but so people can actually wear them. And there are a handful of these out in the world, which is a lovely, lovely feeling. And there's also a couple other ones on there, and I would like to go to some other handmade ones in the future, but I don't have current resources for trying some of those out. Basically, this is a reintroduction video. There was one I made quite a long time ago where I was significantly less animated. Because even though I have come to terms with the fact that I don't like being on camera so much, I am more actually active on camera. Because there was some kind of TED Talk several years ago where someone was just talking about public speaking in general, and he was talking about the phrase, "Oh, just be yourself," and he didn't like that phrase, where so he kind of turned off his stage persona and he just went back to like being himself, and he kind of just stopped and he got more nervous, and he was just like, it was not pleasant to listen to at all. And in all of this, I've been thinking about my views on what internet persona means, and where the balance is of at what point are you technically not yourself, and at what point is it something just expedient to help your real self come out. Because obviously I've done this video and it's going on almost 10 minutes now, and once I actually started talking, it's been better, but I know next time that I do one of these videos, I'm still going to start with the, like, brain blank thing. But trying to figure out what I actually want people to associate with the stuff that I do, and how important that is to me. Because there were some really odd circumstances of why I'm currently self-employed, including, like, I'm not going to go on that tangent right now, but I'm never going to work in an office again because people lie. I have been also blessed with the ability to try this out and build my wings on the way down. And so that's my reintroduction. If you have never seen me before, I didn't always have hair like this. I am a writer and an artist. I live in Washington State, and yes, my name is actually Blackbird, but it's also David. You can find my work at a lot of different places, but mostly it's at blackbirdparlor.com, and the shop is blackbirdparlor.com/WTFT, which is Whiskey Terra Foxtrot. I'm sitting on my feet. Oh no. Because I think I'm funny. Kind of. And if you could take a look, it's not everybody's thing because I make eccentric stuff. But if you could take a look, you would be taking a look at someone who is trying to turn that into a full-time job, putting important things out into the world that are sustainable, ethically sourced, and I'll happily tell you about where I get stuff because I'm tired of looking for crystals and spooky things and getting really bad vibes from the shop because they won't talk about where they got stuff. And I am also generally open for commissions because I have never been flooded with commission requests in my life, despite other commentary. And I am hopefully going to get more used to being on camera. And I don't know if I do have ADHD, but the reasons that I might have made my life very interesting. So I guarantee no semblance of regularity, but I really like to respond to people. I really like doing custom work, and I just want to connect with people who are interested in being active. Like me. I'll see you later.